Hello everybody, welcome back to Last Game Chronicles. My name is Kelly and tonight we are going to play Return of the Obra Dinn. I have played this game a couple of times before. Fair warning. I am going to delete this save because there's hardly anything done. And I'm going to show you why this game is great. And to be fair, this does not have a lot of replayability. I just happen to think it's one of the best games made by a single person that exists in the world. And you'll see why in a moment. So this is going to read more like a tutorial than anything else. But anyway, just give me a moment. Let's read this. Lost at Sea 1803, the good ship Obra Dinn. Built in 1796, London, 800 tons, 18-foot draft. We missed the rest of that information, but we are a chief inspector of insurance claims. The Obra Dinn has returned. Dispatch to Falmouth immediately and prepare a full assessment. This is us. For the Honorable East India Trading Company. Falmouth, England, 1807.
Company man woke me up. Said you'd need ferry to the Obra Dinn.
I sure do.
Not many eager for that job.
No.
Seems a bit late if you ask.
I didn't.
Ooh.
What's in the box?
I don't know. I'll hoist it up in a few minutes.
Hey! How?
Carefully.
Okay, so this is the game. And yes, it doesn't look like much, but you're gonna see why the gameplay in this game is freaking incredible. Okay? I'm gonna walk up these little stairs onto the Obra Dinn, and we're aboard. It's a big old ship. You can walk around it. There's a little sparkly thing out in the ocean there. I wonder what that is. Over here is a dead body. Can't open that. And spoiler alert, you can't open this, I don't think. Oh, yeah, you can. A little cabin. Well, this one. Look in there. This one, not so much. Okay. We can walk up onto the deck.
Oi! It's too heavy!
Closer look at the sparkly thing. I don't think we really have a sprint mode in this game. Step back into the ship.
It's too heavy. Take it yourself or open it here.
Fine. We got a book. Cool. Okay, so this is our catalog of what happened. Preface. I trust that you now find yourself aboard the Obra Dinn. I expected this day to come, and my every intention was to tell the ship's strange tale within the pages of this book. Regrettably, failing health has allowed me to produce only the basic outline that follows. Your presence of on the Obra Dinn is critical. I leave the discovery of its fate and the completion of this book in your hands. The next few pages will seem bewildering at first. All will make sense in time. Use the pocket watch to determine the identity and the fate of everyone on board. Complete each chapter accurately and return the book by guaranteed post to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. The bargain chapter will remain unknown to you. I possess the details within, but have elected to keep them private for now. Henry Evans. So we have all kinds of information here. We have the route that the ship took. Oops. starting from way down there. We have the deck plans of the ship. We can look through all of the plans. We have the list of everybody who's on board. Now, this is the main game. We have to determine the fate of every person on this ship. Whether or not they survived, where they are now, if they are alive, how they died, where they died, manner of death, all that kind of thing. Sketches of life on board the Obra Dinn. This is one of the ways that we will be determining what happened on the ship, is through these two sketches. If we click on an individual, we get a little closer picture of them, and that will become more important later. And these are the pages of said book that tell us what happened. We've got these different chapters where different things happened. Soldiers of the Sea. The Doom. Bloop, 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 bloop. The Bargain. This is the sealed chapter. We won't know what's happened in there until later. And, of course, the Escape. And the end. So that's the book. Can close that with tab. And then we've got this cool Memento Mori. Memento Mortem. Remember death. Latin. Really Latin. Okay, we're gonna climb back on board. So that is the goal of the game, is we have to determine the fates of these various different people. And our very first person happens to be right there. So let's go check this guy out, shall we? Now, you might be thinking, how could you possibly figure out how this guy is dead? Well, we're going to press this button.
Captain! Open the door! Kick it in. Ah! Lest we break it down and take more than those shells! You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
Boom! So, when we use the compass, we get a freeze frame of the last moment of this person's life, as well as a couple of seconds of audio leading up to it. So, we heard they were talking about they were trying to get into the captain's quarters, which we can reasonably assume is that room. We could also check if we were unsure. We could also check our map. I do remember how to do this, right? Not back cover. We want the ship. So it shows us where we are. This is the captain's quarters here. According to our map. So we know that that's where we are. And we can also check out these people. So if I were to look at this person, press and hold that, it'll show us who they are. Open the book while examining a face directly to find them in the sketch. So let's try that one more time. Oh, got a little spinny thing. Okay, so this is the end chapter we're on. Somewhere north of the Canary Islands. Outside the captain's quarters. This person died. Who is this, and how did they die? So we can click here. Currently, we don't know who this is, but we do know how they died. They were shot with a gun by, it seems like, probably the captain. So now we're back here. So there's a door, we can leave this area now. But yeah, so if we click on this, we open this up, it shows us. So he's standing here in the picture. This guy, that's him. This, if we were unsure of who this is, we can reasonably assume this is the captain. We click here. This person's face is no longer blurred, which means they can now be identified. Use the book and the pocket watch to gather enough information to decide their identity. Revisit memories on the ship using the pocket watch to study relationships, appearances, and activities. Use the book maps, crew manifests, the artist sketches, along with individual conversation logs to find clues about names, relationships, appearances, and roles. There were 60 people on the ship when it left England. Determining everyone's identity and fate will not be easy. Decisive information is rare. You will have to make assumptions using partial information. Some identities may only be revealed through the process of elimination. Good luck. But I think we can reasonably assume that this is Captain Robert Witterell. This person, we would have no way of knowing who they are. This person, we could make assumptions about where they're standing in the photo, what hat they're wearing. But we're not going to jump to that assumption just yet. And we've also got this individual up here who is currently blurred as well. Now, if we've taken about as much information as we can reasonably get out of this memory. But that has opened a door for us, and we've got a couple bodies in here. So let's start with this one.
Where are they? Must be in here someplace. They're at the bottom of the sea. That's a lie.
Okay, so this person has just had his throat cut by, seems like probably the captain again. So this was the other guy that was outside. This dude is dead. This was the other guy. He's trying to get into the cabin. Now, you do want to fully explore scenes because stuff like this is happening in the background. Again, this person is jumping from up there. So what can we don't have any way of knowing what that guy's name is. But he was trying to, oh, he did stab the captain, it looks like, possibly in the shoulder. But the captain had a sharper weapon. My dog wants to play. Might have to take a little break and go and play with her. She's got her squeaky toy out. She's looking at me like, come on. This person was stabbed. Live, axe, burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed, decapitated. Wasn't decapitated. Drowned, eaten, electrocuted, expired, fell, froze, illness, killed, sword, knifed by Captain Witterall. There were 2 others present, including Captain Witterall and that guy that was dropping from the deck. The door is returned again. That's this guy, and then this. Find out who this is. Or what happened to them. Oh, so Captain Witterall is definitely stabbed. He's now... Uh-oh. It's okay, Daisy. Hang on. Oh, she wants to go outside. Now she wants to go outside. You want to go outside? Come on, Daisy. Come on, Daisy. Go, 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 go. Quick, quick. And we've got a person here. A woman who's dancing with some other women in the dancing photo. And there's nothing else. So it gives you a couple seconds to explore, just to see what's going on, because context is very important in this game. Look at that sweeping arc of smashing that guy in the head. Captain's quarters. Who is this? How did they die? This is an unknown soul who was loved by Robert Witterall. And there are a lot of different ways to die. You can be... He could have been struck, but he's not struck by hooves, tail, or wings. Suicide? He didn't commit suicide. He wasn't shot. He wasn't spiked. He wasn't knifed. He didn't fall. He wasn't crushed. He was clubbed. Mysterious lady. Asleep in bed or possibly dead. All right, so we've got 2 more bodies in here. Okay, so she died in that bed. Let's do the captain first. Abigail.
Your brother, my friend. I shot him dead. I'll be with you soon, my love. Please forgive me for everything.
Okay. All right. Abigail. So he referred to a woman named Abigail. We're going to make the jump to assume that the woman that he is speaking about is her. Abigail Hoskett Witterall. Now, we got a lot of information there. So Witterall, that's his wife. That makes perfect sense why she's in the captain's quarters. Sounds like she's dead. He also said, I shot your brother. William Hoskett happens to be the first mate. This may or may not be correct. Fates are validated in sets of 3. Correctly identify at least 3 people and their fates to have the information typeset into the book. Captain and Abigail, which we have no idea how she died. But we were given enough information to make that determination anyway. And it looks like the captain has killed himself with a gun. To the chest? Kind of strange. I always thought shooting yourself in the head would be I guess you're not necessarily shoot yourself in the chest. I suppose it's a little bit well, maybe let's not make assumptions about that. Okay. He committed suicide with a gun. The door has reopened. We can escape. Ow. So that's 4 deaths that we have determined. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 people died in this section of oh, that's the weapon that he was using on the captain. Does the captain have a knife in him anywhere? There's a gun he used. Interesting. Oh, there's the knife right there. It's a game that pays a lot of attention to detail, and you have to pay attention to detail as well if you want to be successful at it. Oh, boom. And now it is revealed that not all is as it seems. So this guy is currently cut in half. This other guy is trying to drag him away. She has been hit in the chest with some piece of mast. This we can assume is Martin. She's yelling for a man named Martin. So let's look. Third mate is Martin Parrott. That would probably make the most sense. See any other Martins? Oops, that's wrong. There we go. So Martin Parrott is Abigail. She has gotten smacked. This guy is getting dragged away, trying to protect each other. Over here, we've got a couple of people, a man trying to protect a couple of women. And this guy is shooting at the monster. She's just gotten smacked in the face with some rigging. It looks like. The Doom. So this was just south of, well, no, it's closer to the Canary Islands. So it wasn't that long before, really. Chapter 7. Abigail Hoskett Witterell, passenger, was crushed by rigging. Three fates correct. Type set. So they're confirming now that we've got these 3 fates correct. Captain Robert Witterell shot himself. 1, 2, 3. Now, in some of these, we are able to look at other people who are potentially dead. So in this case, there's this guy who has been quite literally torn in half by something. But there's nobody else who's dead. I think he's the only one. So this will allow us to... Yeah, we can't get up there. Can't get up there. These people are still alive, so it's just this guy. Who I'm going to go ahead and say was probably torn in half, but we're going to find out exactly how he died. So keep in mind, in terms of the chronology here, he was dead when she was still alive. So now it's putting this guy on the deck for us to examine. Ugh. That is not a nice sound. Alright, well that's that guy being torn in half. God, that would be a freaking terrible way to go. This was that dude that was like laying on the deck previously. Is this guy? There's another dead person here. Possibly. Or was this Martin? No, that's not Martin. Where's Martin? That's not Martin either. Is Martin even on the deck at this point? Okay. That is either. Just like a random crewman. After a certain point, you have to, it gets harder. And even for me, having played this game through a couple of times, and not recently, to be clear, like I haven't played this in quite a long time. So he's got lots of tattoos on him. We can see where he is in the shot. He's back here. Apparently he's clear, so that means that we should have enough information to know who he is. Although why that would be the case, I have no idea. Seaman. Sorry. So there are 2 types of kind of like random dudes. There's the topman and there's the seaman. The topmen, I believe, are the guys that work in the rigging. Where is he in this photo? So these are all the lit up faces are all the people who are where is he? Where did that guy die again? Oh, in the air. Who's this? Okay. This. Oh, there's a guy here too. Hey, they had a goat. Alright, well, let's... We know what happened to him, even if we're not 100% sure. Whoops. Even if we're not 100% sure what attacked him. By a beast. He was torn apart by a terrible beast. Oh, is this Martin? Ah, there he is. Okay. Wow. Hey. Wow. So hopefully by now you can see why this is a really cool game. It's just a neat concept that I feel like most people would never think to come up with. There he is. Hold on. Oh. That's how that guy died. They threw the powder and they exploded it. And also exploded this poor young man. So there's this guy. This guy. Who else is here? This guy. Oh, okay. It's the guy that's about to get torn apart. This dude. That guy. Can't go down there. Who threw the powder? Is it this dude? That's the door out. Not quite sure who... Oh, who's this? That's... Who is this? How did they die? We don't know. We do know that they got exploded. Sorry, let me just deal with the dogs. Okay, so there were only 5 people present for this. There was this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, that guy, and that guy. Okay. Now leave. All right. We can now go below decks, which is exciting. door's locked. That one's... There's this. Good guy. Some holes in the wall here. Tossed cabin. Alright. Let's see how this dude died. Ooh. That's brutal. Okay, so these are those two dudes. So these two are together in the photo. We can assume that they've got like similar roles. We can't get up on deck right now. There's a dead body here. Loose cannon, find your footing. That's Martin. That dude. Seen him a fair few times. This person is possibly headless. But this guy has been crushed by a cannon. That's obvious enough. Back here. Who is this and how did they die? This is an unknown soul who has been crushed by a cannon. I want to check back here, make sure there's nothing. That other dead body. Note how that happened. The guy with the fancy top hat. Cannonballing right there. Oh, and a partially loaded cannon. Is that a cannon? Can't tell what the back is, what the front is. Did he get blasted with it? There's a fuse! We heard it sounded a little bit Russian. I just want to see. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. I just want to see the list. The fuse! He's, like, relatively important. There's no Russian officers, though. American officers. Irish. Possibly this guy, Austria. He's important because he's standing with these officers. Alright, what else can we discern? Oh, that's the guy that was killed by Witterell later. They were both killed. These two are together. You know? This is the guy that gets ripped apart up on deck. Where'd those other officers come from? I think that guy gets blasted with a cannon. I think he might be the Austrian dude. Because he's got to be an officer. And Austria is the only one that might even have a remotely Russian-sounding accent. There's another guy who dies in this? I totally missed it. This guy, we're going to try anyway. We're going to go with... I guess it could have been anybody who said the fuse, though, right? That might not even be his accent. This guy was not crushed. This guy was... burned, clawed, crushed, decapitated, drowned. Muted. Exploded? No. Was he shot with a cannon? By a beast? Beast does have little flippers on the cannon there. Are there two people who... dead too? Huh. I don't know where that other person was that died. He doesn't have a head anymore. Could he have been decapitated, maybe? I don't know. There's some trial and error that is needed in this game, too. Sounds. Well, this is the guy that dies. Oh, okay. Could it have been maybe it was more German? Relay. Use. Mm. Okay. Let's be that dude. Can't get into any of those rooms. So this guy looks like he's been crushed. And then shortly afterwards, this guy gets blasted with the cannon. And somehow this guy doesn't die? Or maybe they both got blasted together. It's a mystery. Who's this and how did they die? Well, I believe that they may have been crushed by a beast. Shot with a cannon. There must have been two people in that memory. That guy is dead. I don't want to... That guy died again. We can rewatch those, so I'm going to do that. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. Is there another person here? That is the main question. Because to me, it just looks like just one dude. But it's entirely possible there might be another dude through that wall. Yeah, I know. That's the guy that got crushed. Dude, I have no idea. He goes from being there to not being there. We're into stuff I legitimately don't remember. Like, I remember overall the story arc of this, but like some of the details of how these individuals died. I mean, there's 60 of them, so it's pretty impossible to remember. I'm just gonna assume they both died the same way. For now. Okay. Blood and a knife here. Okay. Check this guy out.
Oh no! You're cut!
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye.
to pull him back, to save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan! Bring the surgeon's kit!
Scottish. Okay. First meet, Hoscut. Tell Pete's mother. He's in 3 memories. Whoa. Okay. That was this. Huh. Curious where we are at the Doom. Crushed. Exploded. Crushed. Bull was crushed. Explosion. Beast. Let's see. Quickly, anybody else in this scene? Doesn't look like it. He looks like he was stabbed, and his blood is coming from this area, where there are 2 dead people. We have whoever this is, and whoever this is. And then we've got these 2 dudes. Get by this guy? No. So somebody was yelling Brennan. It was this guy. He's Scottish. That's the voice that we heard. And that guy appears to be listening, so we're gonna assume that's Brennan. Who is this? How did they die? Well, we know they were stabbed. Knife? knifed by an unknown attacker. Who? I think we're gonna assume that this is Brennan. Oop. I know, but okay, fine. We'll come back to that. So he was somehow involved in this kerfuffle. Maybe these two stabbed him. I want to go back into that memory, though.
Oh no! You're cut!
Go with... Really? You don't think I have enough information yet? Let's try anyway. We're looking for someone with the name either first or second name Brennan. There, Henry Brennan. Oh, no, that's... Sorry, not this guy. Oh, no.
Leave me. Bear up, son.
It's this guy I want to name. Yeah, this guy we could name. Brennan. Henry Brennan. Right.
Stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye.
Pete's mother
to
tried
pull
my
him down,
best.
save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan!
Yep. This guy was in previous memories. Just trying to find the previous memories. Because I do think we have enough information to identify this guy. Yeah, this is the knifed guy, and he said, I tried to pull Pete back. He was the one that was trying to save Pete on deck. You remember? We'll go up there and I'll show you. Second. But we're looking for somebody named Pete. Pete. Peter Milroy.
Bring the surgeons, kid!
Go up on deck, I'll show you what I'm talking about with Pete. We'll come back to that body. Believe it's in this guy's memory. We can find Pete. Yeah, there we go. So that's that guy. We haven't seen the other one at all yet, but this one is Peter Milroy, I'm pretty sure. So this, I'm pretty sure, is a midshipman. You're unknown midshipman. So the next person we completely identify should give us complete information. 3 complete informations. You know what? I still have a feeling that this guy is Austrian. Oh! Wow. It was his voice. Peter Milroy, we got right. And Henry Brennan. Now, if I hadn't played this game before, I might not have made that assumption, but I've played it enough.
What's all this, you damn fool?
What's all this, you damn fool? Oh. Okay, so this gentleman had a gun. Possibly blew this guy's head off, and then this guy smacked him in the head. So this is Henry Brennan. He was killed by Captain Witterell. This gentleman was clubbed in the head, possibly. And this was that other guy. So that's what looks like happened here to me. Meanwhile, there's this dude. Oh, this is William Hoskett. This is the kid that was stabbed in the back. Slowly bleeding out all over the floor. So he's just on his way to go check on this kid. And there's blood coming out of this room. So somebody was bleeding already when they left this room. And eventually lost a chunk of their head. I don't think they lost that chunk of head while they were in here, though, because I don't think they would have made it that far. So we know this person, whomever they happen to be, was clubbed by Brennan. Henry Brennan. And we know for sure that's Henry Brennan because we just got guarantee information about that. This gentleman. Now I'm expecting to hear a gunshot. Nobody bothered to clean up any of these bodies, hey? I guess they did, actually, because technically we're seeing these from the past. Like, he's literally missing the top of his head, that guy.
Captain Cannon. You have a plan? Yes. Take ship and sail east. Trade rich fish and shells for gold. Hey, who's there? Mutiny! Mutiny! Bastard!
That's the stabbing. Huh. Okay, so this is what I expected. This guy lost the top of his head. Oh, we can't do anything with that yet. And that was the kid getting stabbed, the mutiny thing. What's happening up here? Okay, Brennan. Basket. Getting rid of a body here, or throwing... Well, yeah, looks like they're getting rid of a body. That's the guy that gets clubbed by Witterell. We don't know. It's about him now. So these three were up on deck, getting rid of bodies. something was happening down here. Someone was talking about mutiny. We know that eventually these guys tried to do that. Those guys, but there seemed to be something possibly happening in that room. This person had their head shot off by a gun. By, I believe, yes, an unknown attacker. We don't know. Oh, and the X's enough. The captain cannot. Oh, so this was a guy that was trying to it was talking mutiny, and then this dude shot him. And then the guys came in from upstairs and killed him for shooting the guy that was talking about mutiny, possibly? Huh. Okay. Happened to him. Very confusing situation down here. Weird.
Let them go!
Let them go. That sounded like Witterall. That's Brennan. Captain. What the hell's happening over here? This fucking guy is everywhere. We have no idea who he is. There's this person is dead. And he's being shot by a lady. One of the women that was dancing with Abigail. Oh. Strange. Is there anyone else down there? The other girl. We try to identify them. We know they're a passenger. Higher ratings, more difficult to determine. Focus on easily identified. I actually don't know, but I know that there's only a couple of women on board. And they are... We're going to assume that this is Emily Jackson. She's the older woman. And we're going to assume that this one is the younger lady. I don't know if this is correct. That is the truth. But I'm assuming because she's kind of like cowering. And you can see her face. Like she looks like she's seen some shit. And she definitely told this guy. So we're gonna assume that this dude, whomever he or whoever they may be. Excuse me, my goodness. We don't know who they are, but we do know that they were shot by a gun. Bye. I'm gonna go with Emily Jackson. I woke up very early this morning. I slept a lot yesterday. I did some recording later in the evening, and then I slept all night. I woke up at like 5:30.
Move quick.
You'll not take the last punch!
That's it. You got stabbed right in the heart by this dude. Paul Lookout. Paul Lookout. We're looking for someone named Paul. Paul Moss. I think he's the only Paul on board. And we've got, who have we got here? First mate, we've got Brennan again. Brennan is freaking everywhere. The captain. And this dude climbing up from below. Who's this? That kid. Person who looks somewhat like a child. That's possibly this young lady. Got whoever that is. Look at that. What beside him? Maybe that's just, I never noticed that before. The suitcase I'm looking at looks very similar to one that we've already seen. And he was shot, or no, he wasn't. He was stabbed. Burned, clubbed, crushed, decapitated. Filled sword by an unknown attacker. Oh, see, this is why it's so important to look below deck. Should come down here. Sky is meanwhile expiring. We'll follow this thing down, but we do have to look into that again. Okay. We gotta go back up on deck. There was stuff happening underneath.
Let them go!
What's happening? Okay. He hadn't quite stabbed the kid yet. He's running. This that other guy. And then there's the dead person sitting there. Heading towards this door. Wow. That was dramatic.
Last one. Move quick. You'll not take the last one.
Oh, look out. That stuff was happening upstairs. This kid's listening down here. These guys are about to have a conversation about taking the boats. Where's this guy coming from? He's not coming from that conversation, it doesn't look like. So these guys actually weren't involved in this scheme that was happening down here, it looks like. This is the guy that I think is... Oh no, the Austrian guy is this guy. That's the guy that I deduced. Okay, we can leave. That's why it's very important to explore the entirety of these scenes, because sometimes there's something important happening elsewhere.
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
Is the squid? Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
Verdammt. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
Okay. So, we have first mate coming out of a cabin. We have this kid about to walk into a situation he should not be at. That's the captain. In here, we have these two guys. Now, he was talking about a Frenchman. Where is my Frenchman? Your mate was torn apart. Does that mean mate as in friend? Or mate as in a first mate or whatever? The ship term. Can we get up on deck? Nope, can't get past him. Get past him. So that guy was missing an arm. Seems like he bled out. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. So we're looking for somebody who has a... Could he be this guy? And this is the boatswain's mate, Charles Minor. Where's my Frenchman? Do any of the other gunner's mate? Surgeon's mate is English. Not a lot of other French people. In fact, I think he may be the only one, so this has to be him. Suicide struck, strangled, spiked, speared, shot, poisoned, knifed, killed, froze, fell. We actually have no idea. He just bled out. Do we want to say torn apart by a beast for now? But also his mate. So if we go to the crew, Charles Minor. Hey, does it show that? This Charles Minor? Better. Who was torn apart? Somebody that we saw torn apart. Knifed. Floated. Torn apart. No, what's this dude? Bargain. The Doom. Crushed by... Alright, that's the guy that got crushed. Cannon. Person got crushed by a loose cannon. He got killed in an explosion. This was the dude that was torn apart by a terrible beast. Huh. Strange. Okay. Escape. Four wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are cataloged here. Now, this is meta, but we actually do have the information to determine how these people, what happened to these people. They got on that boat. Now we could make the assumption that any number of things could happen to them, but they disappeared in the course of this chapter. And the last time we see them is getting into this boat. That is no longer here, obviously. But we do have the information needed to tell us what we need to know. Complete each chapter. So this person's name is Henry Evans. Okay. If we go to the ship and we click on, not those, the crew, we click on this list, we'll notice that there is a surgeon named Henry Evans. So we know for a fact that this man is alive. And he also conveniently tells us where he's located. Complete each chapter accurately and return the book by guaranteed post to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. So we also know that he is in Morocco. So we can go to the escape. We can go to the end of the escape. We can certainly find Henry Evans. Now, which one is Henry Evans? That is a question, but we don't have to answer that question yet. We know that this person is alive, and we know that they are in Africa. Well, we don't actually know that for sure. They could be anywhere. But now we know for sure. Do, 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 do. And we weren't finished. And we actually do have enough information to tell us who these last two people are. If you are willing to make a couple of jumps, logic jumps with me, let's click on this guy.
Last one. Move quick.
Okay, so we look at the four people in this boat. We've got her. We know who she is. We've got this gentleman who's standing right here in the photo. We see this person standing in the photo. We see this person who's standing in the photo over here. Now, you know what? Actually, maybe we don't. I think I lied to you. We could make assumptions. This kid's over here standing in this area. Just based on their clothing, we could make an assumption. This is a very young man. This man is a little bit older. We can make an assumption, I think, that this is Henry Evans. We still don't really have enough information to identify this kid, but I think it's reasonable to assume that that is Henry Evans. And you do have to make assumptions in this. You can go back and switch things if you've noticed that something has not come up correct, and it should have by a certain point. Like, for example, if you get a set of 3 and you have it completed somewhere else, if that set of 3 completed and that other one was locked in, that means that it was incorrect because they complete in sets of 3. So if it had been correct, it would have completed earlier. So there are logic jumps that you can make. I believe as of right now, we're in a pretty good space. We'll go back to main deck. That is basically how this game works. I am happy to continue playing it. Like I said, I know a fair bit about what has happened. And oh, there's more stuff. Oh my god, that scared me. I don't know why. There's something moving behind me. Oh yeah, there's like that guy that was like, there's something there. Okay. Well, anyway, point is, I've played this for an hour and a half. That should give you a pretty good idea of what this game is like. If you have enjoyed this, please remember to drop a like, and comments are always nice. I like to hear what you guys think of the games that I'm playing. And and also obviously subscribe if you like what I'm doing and you're not subscribed yet. Oh, hey, look, it's toilets. Oh my god. Ugh, I embarrass myself sometimes just by how random I am. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you again for doing so. And yeah, if you want to see this game in full, it's only maybe like 4-ish hours of gameplay. I would be happy to play it again. Like I said, I haven't I haven't memorized this game by any stretch of the imagination. It's like I remember some of this stuff, and I'm probably more likely to get an assumption right than most people. But having said that, like, it's not like I'm sitting here with like a memory. I think the last time I played this was maybe 2 years ago. So if you want to see the entire thing, I would be happy to do that. Just let me know. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.